So we got a big stakes weekend at the spa. Let's start by taking a look at the Ballerina. It's a grade one. It's the 10th race on the card on Saturday at the spa. It's run at 7 furlongs for 3-year-olds and up, fillies and mares, and this is a good one. Let's take a look at the field. You've got a couple of closers on the inside with Positano Sunset and Chi-Town Lady, trained by Wesley Ward. You got the big favorite, Vahva, who's just a beast at 7 furlongs and really is coming into her own at that distance. You've got Society, should be on the engine early. Scylla, who's cutting back in distance, interestingly, for Bill Mott after being out west in the Clement Hirsch, losing to Adair Manor. Then you've got a couple of Chad Browns, of course, and a graded stakes at Saratoga, Sheeta Booty and Exceed. And then finally, Todd Pletcher throws in Money's Gold, who made a lot of noise last year, but really hasn't built on it at the higher levels. So we take a look at this field, and it's interesting. Society should be the speed of the speed. There's only one way for her to go, and that's what she does. I think she'll ensure a pretty lively pace. That looking at her fractions, that tends to be what she cruises at. Is in those 21 and change or 22 and 45. That should be about what the pace is. Now, interestingly enough, Money's Gold rated last time in her last race, and I thought that was a mistake. Spirit Wind won on the front end, basically because nobody went out to get her. Now, Money's Gold, I thought, I think there's a reason that Pletcher is going to Johnny V in the irons for this one. We know that he's just awesome at marshaling speed on front runners, and I think Money's Gold's best asset is her early speed. And to try to take that away by rating her just doesn't make any sense, in my opinion, and I think that's why the change was made. Money's Gold certainly can run with Society, there's no doubt about that, but the two of them both have the problem that in the graded stakes level, at the highest level, they tend to wilt late. And I think that's pretty much the same, particularly at 7 furlongs. I think that's a good distance for both of them. And they are good at Saratoga. That's also a plus. But I think there's too much firepower that's going to be sitting behind them. So I really don't like either of them. And you can draw a line through Society as well. Now we get into the horses that'll be rating just off of them. And Exceed is a horse who I think finally Chad Brown's figured this one out. 7 furlongs is the distance for Exceed. The last two efforts have been pretty solid. And I think this one has come into her own. And look, in the past, she had disappeared at times and had trouble at longer distances. And I think they finally figured out that this is what Exceed wants to do. I think she's coming into this race in good form. And at 8-1, you're getting excellent value. I'm not sure she's got enough in the tank to deal with Vahva or Scylla, but I think she's one that is poised to run a good race. And, wouldn't be surprised if she's going to have to take another step forward, but it's certainly possible at 4 years old, and I like Exceed in this race for sure. Now, Vahva's the one they're going to have to beat. There's no doubt about it. Vahva is just really, at 7 furlongs, seems non-pareil at the graded stakes level in this division for the fillies and mares. But I'm only going by one thing. She can win this race without a doubt, and she is the one to beat without a doubt. I think she's going to run her race. I just think Scylla is poised for a rebound from the Clement Hirsch, and I think cutting back in distance is really going to help this one. Last time I think she went a little early, Mike Smith maybe sent her a little early in the Clement Hirsch. It made perfect sense, trying to build up some momentum to deal with Adair Manor. But Scylla it kind of sapped her a little bit in the stretch. And I think that was the problem in this race. So cutting back in the distance makes perfect sense. And if you want some ammunition for arguing for Scylla, Bill Mott is 58%, 75% in the money with a 331 ROI route to sprint in graded stakes. At Saratoga, he's 1-for-1 with Cody's Wish a couple years back. So there is some precedent. That was at 7 furlongs as well for Cody's Wish. Scylla is a really nice horse. This is your classic Bill Mott, just building, and reaching till they reach their full potential. And I think this is a race that, cutting back in distance with that added extra stamina that Scylla will possess over some of these. Vahva's tried to run it a route and wasn't too successful. So I'm just thinking that with a little, it's going to come down to who's going to outlast the field, and I think Scylla is one in really good position to do so. Now, she's going to be probably right off of Vahva's throat latch and not going to let her get away, and then it'll be just a question of the two of them in the stretch and who's good enough. But I think this is a time that Scylla's going to put her stamp on the division, and I really like her in this spot. Now, we look at Sheeta Booty, and Sheeta Booty I just don't think is classy enough to handle this group. She just isn't, and I haven't seen it. I can't see it from, and moreover, her running style is very similar to Vahva and Scylla, and I think that kind of says it all. That does her in. Those two are head and shoulders above her, so I don't like Sheeta Booty in this spot. Now, if we look at our closes, Positano Sunset certainly likes 7 furlongs without a doubt, and ran a pretty good second last time, but was no match for Vahva, and it was kind of a suck-up second, really. She wasn't in any position or any threat to win the race, I didn't think. She's positive at Saratoga. There's no reason to think that she can't get into the money here, and I would use her for that, but I don't think she's a win candidate, especially at Saratoga, where it hasn't been very kind to closers, and again, with a couple of horses running off the pace, who are the top two, I think that really stacks things against Positano Sunset, but should run a good race, and I think at 15-1, you're getting some nice value for underneath in the try. Now, Chi-Town Lady, for Wesley Ward. This one is coming into this race off a mile effort last time that was pretty solid. So you've got the route to sprint angle. This horse won the test at Saratoga a couple of years back, is fully capable of running a good race. And really, I just like Chi-Town Lady for the route to sprint angle and the odds at 20-1. So I think she's got a little more capability to run a big one here and maybe get up for second, though, again, closers having it very difficult at the Spa. I think that's going to be a big challenge. But if you're looking for a horse to just blow it wide open and really upset the apple cart, Chi-Town Lady might be the one to do it, but I think underneath is more likely. So we look at our wagering strategy. I'm going with Scylla. I'm going to bet Scylla to win, and then I'm going to have 3 exactas, and we're going to stagger these based upon the second place odds. So 5-3, 5-7, 5-2, all cold. And again, we'll stagger that based upon the ROI and the value we can get. For the trifecta, we'll do 2. We'll go 1 with Scylla on top, Vahva in second, and then 1, 2, 7. We'll use the 2 closers and Exceed. And then we'll do trifecta with 5 on top with Exceed, Vahva, and Chi-Town Lady. And then Positano, Exceed, Chi-Town Lady, and Vahva in third. Should be a really good race, and I just think that, everybody's going to be keen on Vahva. Let's try to go against the grain. Let's go for the upset. I think Scylla's a really good candidate for it. Good luck. Hope this helps you with your own wagering, and be on the lookout. We'll be having more videos on all the stakes races this week for Saratoga, and we'll have a pick 5 sequence for you as well. Thanks. I'll talk to you soon.